Rolling.
Okay. I was down in the Superstition Mountains, and I'd worked for a friend of mine, and we had a trailer wreck, and broke my saddle up. I had a Weberly saddle from Nevada that was a really good saddle. Broke it up. But a friend of mine had this old Visalia. It was made back in the middle 30s, and he got it for me because I broke the tree in my saddle when I had the trailer wreck, and I didn't have a saddle. So he got me this saddle here because I told him I like slick fork saddle and good downy horn. And I like single cinch. There's a 3/4 single cinch for mountain work. And then I use a breast collar so it won't slide back. Because a lot of horses don't have barrels, and it winds up saddled back to flanker or something. But this saddle is set up that way, and I don't have it on there right now, but I had a real good horsehair cinch that I used on it. And that way it never galled my horses, never hurt my horses, nothing. And, but anyway, I rode this because this is part of the equipment the old what they call center pops in California had. 3/4 riggins and good downy horn, 6-inch cattle. And you have to set up straight in your saddle when you ride a saddle like this. And it gives you good posture, it keeps you straight. And if you don't, the cattle will beat you in the back and you'll wish you had them. And the square skirts, everything was the old way, and I had and so I wanted to do everything the old way and keep all my equipment matched up the same. And then I got into silver bridles and all that, and the horse show business, and then I got interested in the spade bit for cowboy work, and I noticed, and of course the long rope, I got a 60-foot rope that I use and work, which goes in with the spade bit stuff, and the spurs. I made these spurs. I lost my contour today. Anyway, all this stuff ties together from back in the 20s and 30s when they had the spade bit guys, and that. And I wanted to learn how to do it. It's not that it's something that you had to do or anything. It's just a special. It was a special style, and it takes a special horseman and a special kind of guy to be able to use this equipment to do it, and it's gone. It's lost today. I don't know. There's fewer out, I imagine, somewhere else. But here in Arizona, I don't know anybody else other than me that's doing it. You got horse show people and people like that, but actual cowboys that go out here and work, and with my background, catching wild cattle and doing whatever, and I rope anything to take its head out. Well, you know, with this equipment, not many people left like that. But what I want to show here is this saddle and the background on this saddle, and I've learned to use it. I got it in '83, so but 40-some years I've been riding it. And I wore it plumb out. It needs new lining, and it's wore out, but I rode it its whole life.
Yeah.
I broke the tree in it in 8 places and tore it all up, and it's got a brand new tree in it. The only thing original on it is the saddle horn and these rings. That's the only thing original. The rest is all been put on here, and I wore all that. So I made those fancy humps here. That's what this is.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
See, these are the hobbles you use, so when you rein your horse up, you can put your hobbles on, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'll do that just to make that point. And of course, I've got Arizona Cowboy, and in my wild cow video and all that, I show how to use these strings and all this stuff, which goes in net for catching and working wild cattle. So I still use all this equipment.
Yeah.
Spade bit stuff. So I'm gonna get my bridle and I'll show you how to put it on and how to take it off.
All right.
And then I'll show you how to hold it when I'm riding and everything, and how to use your romal and how to hold it. And then I'll show how to use the two-rein and how you hold them in your hand, because that's what confuses me. So I'll show you that in just a second. Lead my horse with the reins. You've either got a bull saddle and a lead rope on it, on your horse, on your finished horses. And then when you have a two-rein outfit, that's what this is. The bull saddle goes under your bridle, so you don't pull on your horse's head, and you can pull him around if you got and like this horse where he don't handle like a real rein horse does, I can pull on his head with this and never hurt him at all, and still maintain my feel and everything I need for a dead horse on my bridle. I'll show you that in a minute. Usually you'd have it real right equipment, you'd have hair reins and stuff, but I can't find them no more, and they're something expensive I can't afford. So I've got the next best thing, and these work good, and simulates the same thing and still works. Here's my bull saddle. And see, if I'm making a bridle horse from that, I'd finish them with a bridle, with a bull saddle like this, where the handle and work right. But this is ideal for a two-rein deal. Here's my bridle. It's just a regular Santa Barbara Spade, and then I made these hangers here for quick release. When you take a hold of that horse, it releases fast. And I made those. And I made the headstall for him and everything. So everything matches up. Then I made these reins back in '83. And I made other ones, and the knots would all tear them up, and then I bought them. And you go along, and next thing you know, your buttons and everything's all screwed up, and then you sweat off your hands and everything. You ruined your rawhide. So I went with this nylon stuff, and I made these reins up, and I've been using them all that time, and they've really worked in the brush and really worked well, and the weight's right on them, and it feels and everything the same as a regular rawhide reins would. And I've had really good luck with them. I microwave beads, and I made some more, and I got a new pair I just made. And I've had used these for many years. Right, I'll you might want to come around here with your wife. Take that bit, and I go around the side like this, and you open your mouth, and just let it go in there like that. And it comes up. And then another thing about your throat latch, I don't want it real tight because I want this horse to be able to tuck his head just a little bit. So I'll make my adjustment about there, and then it don't pull up on his neck right there when he tucks his head. So he can take a hold of my reins down here, and he'll drop that nose, see. Now when I go to rein him up, when you want your horse's head, you want it to break here at the pole, and that's his natural head set right there. So, on a natural headset like that he has, what I like to do, I want that nose to drop about 2 inches. And then he can hold the bridle there, and that's where I want that head to stay. And whatever, how his neck fits into his shoulders and all that, he's going to have his natural head set. That's the natural way he carries his head right there. And so, when I'm riding him, and I'll get on and I'll show you how I hold my reins, and then I'll show you how I use my hands, and you watch his head, and this nose right here will drop about 2 inches, and then he'll hold that bridle, and that's where I want him to stay. Because you bridle them up too much, and they get their head down, and that's over bridling, and that's not what you want. Okay, go ahead and. Right with two-rein outfit, I hold my reins like that. You can't see it on the side. Let me turn around. And hold them like that. And I take my reins and hold it in there like that. And you take you want your reins tight and you don't want them too loose. And with a spade, you don't want your reins flopping much. See, if I want him to tuck, I'll use my hand this way. Yeah, that hit tuck. It's only about 2 inches. And then I can. Another thing I've noticed down through the years, when you're doing that now, you notice I picked his reins up. See, he's light, so at least a little pressure, he'll back up. But if I take a hold of him, see, and pull those reins like that, he'll tuck that head like that. See? And I only want him to drop about 2 inches. Now, you hear him rolling that roller. But when he's getting in the bridle good, you take a hold of that, and I cut him loose, and he'll roll that bridle about 3 times. And when he does that, he's pretty much into the bridle. And almost every horse should do that. I've noticed that. Put them in the bridle. And then after you ride them a while, what I do, I ride them, and when I'm just going along, they neck rein and work like that, then I'll drop my bottom rein there. Like that, and then I'll just riding along and working, and I'm feeling of his mouth. I'll take this and I'll tie this rein right here, say like that. And then if I get where I'm going to work something or do something, I'm going to do this and take a hold of the two-rein, the way I showed you to do it. And then I can. If I'm just riding along and everything, I've got my reins like this, and I'm letting him, and I'm feeling that head and keeping that head where I want it with my reins and romal, and the stuff. I drop my rein, my romal over here behind my legs. See, I'll ride along like this. I'm just riding along, and that's the way I ride. Well, now if I'm gonna rope, I'm gonna do some roping. Then I take my 2 reins set up. Wait, I'm going to rope. I'll be roping, I'll have my reins like that, and then my other reins in here, like this. Then I'll take my romal and throw it over there. Then I take my rope then, and I've got my hands and everything, see, like that. Then I can hold it like this, I can take my rope then, and I can do my roping, whatever I'm going to do. And I can handle a horse and work him however he needs working, see? If I want to back him up, I just tuck him like that and come back. I'll have my rope, and then I can rope and do whatever I need to do with my rope. But that's how you hold everything, so you can rope. Anyway, that's how I use my reins and make everything works. So if I got to run and catch a cow out here in this brush and stuff, I can do that, and I'll tighten up. If I need to tighten it, I'll tighten up my reins, and I'll tighten up my bow saddle reins and use my bow saddle and let my reins and romal be just about like that, and then when I pull on him, if I got to pull on him, it's on the bow saddle. That's the idea of the two-rein outfit, protect them out. And after he's really in the bridle and really working good, then, and you can see this horse is real light. And I don't have to do nothing. See, he works, and it don't take much to get him. And I'll try out here and get him to go. Throttle down, you can see in that head right there. Of course, I wear the old California shaped spurs and stripes so I can move that horse when I need to move him. And then I never take a hold of a horse real hard because I don't want him sliding and tearing his legs up. But if I have to, I can take a hold of him and he'll get to the ground. He can sure do it. I just don't ask him to do that because I don't want to trip him up. And I ride my horses till you can't ride them no more, and all of them are sound, and none of them crippled and stuff, and that's why. I take care of it. And then when you're riding along, you got things like that. If you need your romal to wake your horse up, if you need to move quick or something, not moving quick enough, if you don't always want to spur them, you know, so you over and under them a couple times, and that horse then he'll jump out there and stays awake and alert. I romal break my horses and I spur break them, but I don't like spurring them all the time. I've never made a ringtail horse in my life, and I've never made a high-headed horse because of what I do. Anyway, that's it. Holding these reins like that. That's it. Holding them reins. That's how you do it. Just a little bit. Like your hand like that. Like low fold, back to the horn, look at his head. See, he's in perfect position. And he's light as a duck. And we've gone and worked and done everything on him, and he's not tired. He's tired, but he still responds and works like he should work. Don't take much. That's what I wanted to show. How I started. I'll take the two-rein outfit off and put the saddle and the lead rope on it. And that's what I use. Now, I'm going to show you how to rein them up, and I want to show using my hobbles I made for this, because these bridle horses, you don't tie them up and then you always hobble them when you leave them or do anything. And I don't leave mine. I'm too much of a horseman to take a chance of tearing up my equipment for one thing, and secondly, to ruin my horse's mouth. So I'm going to get off and I'm going to show how I rein him up, and I'll watch him and I'll show you how I do that so I don't over-bridle. Okay, now I'm going to show how I rein him up. I'm just going to go off and do something for 30 minutes to an hour. I'll rein him up about like this. This horse is pretty light. I'll have him about like that. And then I just let it hang like that. Otherwise he gets in the bind and jerks it. And then he'll relax in a minute, and then that head come down. There it is. And he'll roll that roller, and he'll play with it, and I'll leave him just like that. I don't want to rein them up tight, because they get the over bridle and they have their head down against their chest, and that's not good. As long as he does it like this and tucks his head a little bit, but then when you ride him and everything, he'll respond and work right. Now see, there's the head set right there. It's got that nose has dropped about 2 inches, and that's where you want it, in my opinion. That'd be it.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm going to show how I take the bridle off. I just do it this way to protect my horse's mouth, and then keep him making a mistake and jerking on his mouth. So put my halter on. And so I want to show how I do that. I take my reins and I go over his head like that, and I lay it across the top of his head like that. And I take this, lay it up here, throw that over neck, get the holder, put it around his neck, like that. And I slip my bridle off like this. And then I've got everything in one hand, and it's all together. Plus, I'm not going to take a chance of hurting the horse's mouth some way. Stepping on a romal or something. Anyway, that's the way I've been doing it for years, and I'm always trying to protect my horse's mouth. And then I use my halter for everything else. He's not going to hang up my bridle and tear up stuff.
Okay.
And I think that's where the earmarks should be on a horse. The packing tape and this walkout tape were made for the upcoming cowboys. And then Stan wanted to preserve it in the historical aspect of it. The photography, everything was done out in the field. A lot of the people, I had cowboys, different ones, they wasn't professionals. We just did the best we could out there showing this kind of work while I was working, trying to make a living. It wasn't easy, it was really hard. And these cattle are wild, you gotta protect them against themselves. And you gotta protect your crew and everything involved in it. And I try to show that, working these cattle. Anyway, I've tried to show you what I do and gave you a touch on each size, each kind, and warned you against some of the hazards. And that's about the best I can do for you. And if you do try to do this, good luck and God bless you, and be safe.